Yo, Fidzy here, aka Hegassen. Thank you for clicking on my One Piece anime review of episode 937, Tonoyasu, Ebisu Town's Most Beloved. This episode, it was very close to the manga. In fact, it didn't really deviate a lot apart from a slight tweaking of the order of events, but that didn't change much in terms of the narrative and how the story was told. In fact, a lot of this episode was kind of word for word of what we got in the manga. It is very similar to the last episode in that it is an information heavy episode. It was laying down a lot of the groundwork for future stuff that's going to be important in Wano and just stuff that we have to get through in order to progress with the story. So we got a lot of stuff about building the alliance and finding out that Luffy can just recruit everybody in Udon to join his cause, because everybody in Udon is obviously going to hate Kaido and Orochi. And as well, we got some hints about some of the big players from 20 years ago. A lot of talk about 20 years ago, and this episode we were getting hints mainly around the two main focuses of this episode. Tonoyasu, who was in the title, as I just said, and Hyogoro, who we know is with Luffy, teaching him how to use RYUO HAKI. But it wasn't all talk in this episode. Of course, we had Luffy in Udon prison, so that means that we got some action. And the action in this episode was surprisingly good. You know, for an episode that I thought was going to be quite low-key, you know, especially with the fact that it was a very information-heavy episode. The animation that we got in Luffy's fight was pretty good, pretty high quality, a lot of great shots. I particularly like this shot where Luffy dodged the bullet. I think it was one of the best examples showing Luffy using observation haki. In fact, all of the haki in this episode looked really good. When he went and he punched Mandela face in the face, Mandela face. When Luffy went and punched Mandela Man in the face, that looked epic in the slow motion, sending him flying backwards. Really smooth, really high quality animation. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We also got some Conqueror's haki in this as well, and that looked great too. So Luffy showing off all three types of haki in this episode, all of them looking fantastic. Then, at the end, Caribou turned up, a character that I constantly forget is in Wano, and I'm generally still surprised every time I see him, because I'm surprised at the fact that he is actually still in the story, still relevant, and is here in Wano. I'm very interested in finding out what Oda's reason is for keeping Caribou around, because he's obviously keeping him around for a reason. We maybe get some hints in this episode, because Caribou pledges himself to Luffy. This was giving me big Grand Fleet vibes, you know, the same kind of thing where they pledge themselves to Luffy. We have Caribou doing this here. Maybe Straw Hat vibes, I don't know. He's in my top 3 contenders. Like I say, we have to wait and find out what Caribou's purpose is going forward. As I mentioned, this episode was all about hints towards building the alliance and pushing that forward, and we got that here again with Caribou, and all that conversation with RYUO and Hyo talking about Kawamatsu and all of the other Yakuza bosses in Udon. I talked about all of this in more detail when I did my manga review, so if you want to hear more in-depth details, please check out my manga review. There might be a few little spoilers in there for the upcoming episodes, but they've already aired at the time that I'm recording this, so you should be fine. Anything else? Well, we had this scene. And this scene put a big smile on my face. It really made me laugh. It caught me off guard. Probably top 10 best screams. A meme-worthy scream that put a smile on my face. And that is how I would describe this episode. It put a smile on my face. Maybe I was getting charmed by Tonoyasu as well. Purple tear. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!